Now at 11, Northern California on fire. One town wiped out. Hear from a local woman watching her hometown go up in flames and how she's planning to help. KATU News at 11 starts right now.
This is KATU News at 11 on your side.
And thank you for joining us on a very busy Thursday, everybody. I'm Steve Dunn. We've been tracking a number of developing stories tonight, from protests across the country against President Trump to another mass shooting. We're learning more about the victims tonight. And wildfire season in November, a number of fires exploding out of control in California. These are live aerials of one of the wildfires right now. In fact, two of these are unfolding just a few miles apart. The Hill Fire is burning just outside Thousand Oaks, California, where a dozen people were gunned down at a bar just about 24 hours ago. But we'll begin in Northern California, where the largest wildfire, the Camp Fire, continues to grow, and officials say many people are feared dead there. KATU's Catherine Kissel joins us now. And Catherine, this is absolutely devastating.
It is, Steve, and the pictures coming out of California tonight are incredible. This is cell phone video from inside a car as a family evacuates. And here, someone caught the winds whipping up a fire-nado in the middle of all the destruction. 27,000 people were told to get out, just with seconds to spare. Firefighters say the entire town of Paradise is gone. We talked with a Portland woman who grew up there, and she says right now she's just in shock.
It's absolute chaos. People are still trying to get out.
Thankfully, Valerie Munoz's family is out, but many are still missing.
Pretty much our entire town has been wiped out. All of the elementary schools, intermediate schools, the high school, gas stations have blown up naturally. It's devastating.
Jillian Smalley captured this video as she fled the town.
Big box stores, McDonald's, Safeway, other subways, buildings, offices all along Clark Road, completely engulfed or gone. Abandoned vehicles in the roadway where people were running and fleeing for their lives.
As the fire moves nearly 4 miles a minute, Munoz is not surprised it burns so fast with how dry it's been.
Northern California up on that hill is just, it was waiting to be swept by a fire.
Munoz grew up in Paradise, and as she watches her entire town go up in flames, she's already thinking about how she can help.
I have a lot of friends that I've grown up with in that area. My childhood home is gone in there and stuff, and I can't imagine just losing everything, and so I feel like it's my duty to go back and help them if I can. Absolutely.
Munoz says that Paradise is mostly a retirement community. In fact, she was just about to move her grandmother to Oregon just a few weeks from now. Thankfully, her grandmother did get out of this fire, but there are many more people who are unaccounted for tonight. Steve?
That video is absolutely stunning, Catherine. Thank you for that. Meanwhile, in Southern California, the Hill Fire is racing toward the coastline, and fire crews cannot stop it. Right now, 3 evacuation centers are open. The fire, once thought to be as large as 15,000 acres, now believed to be more like 10,000. Homes have been lost, but firefighters are protecting what they can.
A fire behavior prediction would be if the wind surfaced at 50 to 60 mile an hour, the ridgetops could see fire on the ridgetops, and it could reach the Pacific Ocean by sunup.
And check out this video. Drivers on Highway 101 faced with a wall of smoke and flames. The highway remains shut down tonight. And just a few miles away from there, the Woolsey fire is also burning tonight in Ventura County. That one estimated to be about 2,000 acres so far. It sparked before 3 o'clock today. It's also prompting a number of mandatory evacuations. I want to bring in meteorologist Dave Selesky. We were just talking about this last night at 11. Conditions absolutely prime for a major fire to break out, Dave.
It's the worst possible scenario. See what's going on down there, Steve. And again, it's this classic late October, early November pattern. We have these big ridges of high pressure here on the east side of the state of California. It fires up these dreaded Santa Ana winds. They come over the passes, drop down the mountains, and we're talking wind speeds here, sustained wind speeds between 40 miles an hour, gusts approaching 65 miles an hour. This causes that explosive fire growth we've been seeing down here, Ventura, Santa Clara, just north of the Los Angeles area. And again, as you heard in that soundbite, there's nothing to stop this fire. Once it gets going, 65-mile-per-hour winds, which they are experiencing right now at ridgetops, will fan that flame all the way out to the Pacific Ocean. Here are the latest wind speeds we have down this area. Now, again, these are sustained wind speeds, not the actual gusts. So we see in Ventura right now, east winds at 21 miles an hour. Santa Paula seeing gusts to about sustained wind speeds to 28 miles an hour. Up here in some of these ridge tops, we've been seeing wind gusts here upwards of 60 to 65 miles an hour in the past couple of hours. That will continue tonight and going into tomorrow as well. So don't be surprised you wake up tomorrow morning and we're talking about fire. This big fire has gone all the way out to the Pacific Ocean by tomorrow morning. In the meantime, back here at home in the Pacific Northwest, another cool and dry night. We are seeing areas of fog forming up, and that could be a problem tomorrow morning for our morning commute on Friday. We'll talk more about that and more about the wildfires in California and all the forecasts about 10 minutes from now. Steve, back over to you.
We'll see in about 10 minutes, David. Thank you. Our coverage of the wildfires in California continues straight ahead. We'll have a live report from Butte County with a first-hand look at the firefight. That's just about 10 minutes away as well. And our morning crew will be tracking any changes to evacuations all night long, as well as gathering the very latest video. KATU News This Morning starts at 4:30 a.m. Another big story we're following right now. Federal investigators are sifting through the digital world, trying to figure out what motivated a 28-year-old Marine Corps veteran to toss smoke bombs into a bar in Thousand Oaks, California, and then kill 12 people. At least 18 survivors were hurt, mostly trying to escape. One man who captured the shooting on video said the gunman fired on wounded victims while they were on the ground. The gunman purchased his gun, a .45 caliber Glock pistol, legally. However, officials say the gun's magazine may have been in violation of state law. Another mass shooting and another grim routine. We're beginning to learn more about the people killed in the shooting last night. KATU's Lincoln Graves is live in News Control now. And Lincoln, you've been looking into their stories tonight.
And so many of them were young people, Steve. So we're learning about people who had just finished college, who were just entering college, and those who were entering military service. We're also learning more about those who did what they could to try and save lives.
I spent it in good company.
A vigil tonight for the shooting victims in Thousand Oaks. The county sheriff knows one of them, one of his deputies.
Because of Ron, many lives were saved.
Ron Helis was close to retirement. He was one of the first officers to respond. Another victim, Telemakis Orfanos, survived the Las Vegas massacre. His mom spoke to reporters today.
And I don't want prayers. I don't want thoughts. I want gun control, and I hope to God nobody else sends me any more prayers.
Dan Manrique was a Marine Corps veteran who worked with Team Red, White, and Blue, a veteran support group. Justin Meek was a recent college graduate. He's described as heroically saving lives in the shooting. And 22-year-old Cody Kaufman was planning to join the military. His father's grief today was overwhelming.
My firstborn son. Only him and I know how much I love, how much I miss. Oh, God, this is...
Now, another victim was Elena Housley, 18 years old. She was the niece of actress Tamara Mowry Housley and former Fox News correspondent Adam Housley. Live in News Control, Lincoln Graves, KATU News.
Just listening to that, Father, so difficult. Thank you for that, Lincoln. March for Our Lives Oregon released a statement following today's shooting. The student group said in part, thoughts and prayers aren't enough. We are a divided country, but we must work together to move forward in creating a safer world for everyone. March for Our Lives Oregon, Students for Change, and Youth of Oregon United are local organizations working for gun violence prevention. Another big story tonight from coast to coast. Protesters gathered today for a Nobody is Above the Law rally. That event comes the day after President Trump fired Attorney General Jeff Sessions and appointed Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker to that post. Many voiced concerns that Whitaker may have potential conflicts of interest. With 900 protests nationwide, you know the Portland area would have demonstrations of its own. This is a look at the rally tonight along the Portland waterfront. People are concerned about yesterday's firing of Attorney General Jeff Sessions and the effect it could have on the Russia probe. The fear is that Sessions' replacement will undermine the investigation in some way.
I want
want you to know, as Oregon's guy on the Senate Intelligence Committee, this investigation is not going to be swept under the rug.
The fact that we have an administration that thinks that they are above the law and that this is coming from the highest office in the land is beyond reprehensible.
Statements including
Several hundred people turned out for the rally in Portland.
"We shall not be moved, and for our country's future, we shall not be moved."
And people across the river also sending a message to D.C. tonight. The rally in Vancouver drew a few dozen people to the waterfront. Like others across the country, they want the Russia investigation to continue unimpeded. 18 attorneys general, including those in Oregon and Washington, are asking the acting attorney general to recuse himself from the Russia probe. Matthew Whitaker has made a number of public statements critical of the special counsel investigation. The AG say that's an obvious conflict of interest. They want Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein to continue to oversee that investigation. Just minutes away, body ID'd. Nearly a week after police found a man dead in Northeast Portland, we've learned who the victim is, but find out what we still don't know tonight. Homes in harm's way.
This fire moved very, very quickly. We had to move fast to get as many people out of there as we possibly could.
We head back to California. You'll hear from a woman who says flames or not, she's staying put. And just 18, barely old enough to vote. The Oregon town where he just became mayor. More news just minutes away.